Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Faris Afzal bin Muhammad Khairul Faizi, and my student ID is 2020452438, and I'm from class KAM 1105A. And today our group going to present about our topic assignment, which is question 1. Trade union is an association or workers employers set up within a particular trade, occupation or industry. Describe right of trade union as stipulated in Trade Union Act 1959. So this is our group member. Start with Muhammad Hazim bin Abu Hassan, and next is me, Muhammad Faris Afzal bin Muhammad Khairul Faizi. Next, Anissa Huda binti Muhammad Tahir. And next, Muhammad Nurazin bin Rizal. And lastly, Muhammad Danish Akif bin Muhammad Aznizam.
Hai, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, I'm going to talk about introduction about what is Trade Union Act 1959. Alright, now let's move to the Trade Union Act. Regarding Trade Union Act 1959, Trade Union Act protect workers from being victimized. Secondly, Trade Union Act is an important tool for workers to exercise his or her right to collective bargaining with the employer. And lastly, at the international level, the International Labour Organization ILO acknowledged the right of association as one of the four main labour values. Next, let's talk about labour policies. First, labour policies and regulation are formulated and enforced by the Ministry of Human Resources, MOHR. There are many workers union registered in our country, Malaysia. About 591 unions are registered in Malaysia for coverage for 800,000 workers. And last, government has a long-standing policies on the rights of workers to organize unions and their freedom to operate. That's all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Anissa Huda binti Muhammad Tahir from KAM 1105A. Today, I want to present about rights of trade union as stipulated in the Trade Unions Act 1959. Firstly, introduction. The term of right can be defined as social, a legal, and an ethical entitlement to perform or not in any certain circumstances. According to law, the rights have been given and the rights can be liked by non-registered trade union. This is referred to Part 4. Trade Union Act Section 25(1), the rights allowed to sue under registered name. Then, Trade Union Act Section 25(6), the rights need to represent in civil or criminal proceedings by officers or lawyer. I will move on to the next slide. Legal action. First point is, Trade Union Act under Section 25(1) has provided a union institute to a legal action, and the union also need to be in charge. Moreover, trade union is very important as represent the member the most. Trade union also represent the members in a legal disputes with other employers, especially when there are some problems such as the employee be unfair. Second point is Trade Union Acts under Section 25(2). This has stated that an unregistered trade union can be in charge, but must under the name that has used to. When there are many problems as relate to the trade union, they can sue it. Therefore, unregistered trade union cannot get immunity from any civil and criminal liability. Third point is, Trade Union Act under Section 25(3) has stated that an unregistered trade union are be able to be in charge under the name, so it was form use. In addition, this same as trade union under Section 25(2). Last, the registered union satisfied with immunity from any liabilities. Next slide is financial support. My last part is financial support. In trade union, finance is highly supported by members of union itself. This proves that through finance, such as entrance fee payment and monthly membership that has been made by members in union. When payment has been made by members, the members can join as a member in a trade union. Trade union under Section 25(5) has provided fines that had been imposed by union that be able to be derived from sales of movable properties under a trusted fund related to criminal procedure. This under control of trustees. This is because the trustees is a person who has a power and authority to administration interest alongside with a legal obligations. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hazim bin Abu Hassan. Next point is representation in court proceeding. According to the Section 25 Clause 6 of the Trade Union Act, trade union must appear in any civil or criminal proceeding. This means that any trade union must appear in any civil or criminal proceeding if they are involved. The trade union needs to get involved in the court proceeding by using the trade union name and cannot find any replacement. In Malaysia, there are some cases where trade unions are represented in the court proceeding. This means that the trade union can get involved in the court proceeding in this country. Although the trade union can represent court proceeding, not a court proceeding, can the trade union involve? Trade union only must appear any civil or criminal proceeding. For example, if the trade union is involved in being suspect or plaintiff in criminal case, they need to involve in the court proceeding. Next is industrial action. Industrial action is the final option for registering a union. According to the Trade Union Act of 1959, Section 25A, both employees and employer governments union may intake lawful strike and lockout measures to head trade. This implies that the trade union has the authorities to intake a legitimate strike and lockout. Although the trade union has the right, the trade union also has the exception that they need to follow. The first one is that registered trade union may be sued or prosecuted under its registered name. Next is a trade union whose registration has been cancelled or withdrawn may be sued and prosecuted under the name by which it was registered. And the final one, any fine ordered to be paid by the trade union may be covered by district or sale of any movable property belonging to or held in trust for the trade union. This is under Section 25 Clause 5. That's all. Thank you.
For the next point, which is issue related with Trade Union Act 1959, in relate to our task, which is Trade Union Act 1959, there are various aspects that have been discussed under this act, particularly Part 4, Right and Liabilities of Trade Union. There are 5 parts in this part, beginning with the Section 20 and ending with Section 25. Thus, we will look at some instance that are this Trade Union Act 1959 is the one involving the National Union of Bank Employees NUBE versus Bank Muamalat and Alliance Bank. This lawsuit has been ongoing since 2012 and finally resolved in 2019. So for the next slide, which is analysis of the case National Union of Bank Employees NUBE versus Bank Muamalat and Alliance Bank. The case was taken to the High Court in 2016 by the National Union of Bank Employees, NUBE, who want to take legal action against Bank Muamalat and Alliance Bank, who become the defendants. The next, NUBE addressed the case to the Director General of Industrial Relations, who decided promotion were not real because the employees were still working as clerical staff. The National Union of Bank Employees (NUBE) filed a lawsuit against Bank Muamalat and Alliance Bank, and NUBE discovered that they were still doing clerical work with little or limited administrative authority. And in 2017, after the case had been brought from High Court and Court of Appeal, the Federal Court decided that Maybank and Bank Alliance are guilty. So that's all from me. We move to the next conclusion.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Janis Shakir bin Muhammad Nizam, and I will further on conclusion. So to conclude, Malaysian industrial law recognizes but severely limits the freedom to perform an industrial act. This right is limited to the balance between unrestricted strike freedom and the necessity for industrial harmony in the benefit of economic progress. But workers' right to strike is not constrained. A labor union must follow all legislation, including the requirements of the TUA 1959. It should put a halt to all illegal activity, including strikes. It is the responsibility of trade unions to manage union finances responsibly and in accordance with union regulations and the law. The trade union must function as a vehicle for employer or employers' union recognition. Malaysian trade union and industrial relation legislation must keep track of the number of executive workers. It is time to draw a temporary arbitration clause, and perhaps the Singapore tripartite mediation method should be included as part of the dispute resolution mechanism in the Trade Union Legislation and Industrial Cooperation Act. The Malaysian Union must be given the right and ability to bargain for its workers' right with its international counterpart. The Labour Union or Malaysian Trade Union Congress (MTUC) plays a crucial role in the movement for legal reform or the creation of new worker legislation. So that's it from us. Thank you.